Hi there, everyone. This is Father Casey Jones here as part of the Priestfit Presentation Challenge. Welcome, first of all, to any of you guys who may be watching our newly created YouTube channel. Just know these videos are a little rough, a little raw, a little unedited. We kind of just want to be real and know that our target audience is priests, Roman Catholic priests who are looking to journey into health, journey into fitness. But know that these videos really we feel could help anyone. But we're speaking specifically to the lifestyle of priests. But you don't have to be a priest to appreciate this, because if you're a Catholic, you have a priest. And maybe maybe your priest could use some tips into entering into health, but also just to be mindful of that health is a challenge for priests. I think is a reasonable request for anyone. So we're now in day 2 of what we call our presentation challenge. And on the second day of the presentation challenge, I talk about what I call the purge. All right, that sounds like a funny name. In fact, it's often associated with unhealthy habits in terms of diet, nutrition, exercise. What I'm talking about is simply being mindful of that which we eat. Whenever we're looking at our lives, right, we always have to look at the things that we need to remove from our lives. Because all of us need to be purified, just as we hear in 1 John 3, chapter 3, verse 3. Everyone who has this hope based on him makes himself pure as he is pure, talking about Jesus Christ. And I remember about a year ago, as we were entering this challenge, when I was fresh, 100 pounds into my own weight loss journey, which a year later I find myself still there because I backslid a little bit, but praise God, we'll keep going. But one thing that you people should know, in case you don't know this, is that priests get asked kind of goofy questions sometimes. And one person asked me the question one time of, what food does the Bible tell us we should eat? And my honest response is really that the scriptures don't really teach us a lot on food anymore. And I dismissed the questions because, like I said, we get asked goofy things. But as I came back, I started to reflect on what we call the Levitical dietary laws of the Old Testament. Now, you guys know about these dietary laws. Orthodox Jews today keep these laws. And why do we have them? Some people dismiss them as just simple, like the food hygiene of the time, eating what was hygienic, what was good, what was healthy for them at the time. But it has to do more than that. The reason why the whole notion behind this kosher diet exists was to remind the people of God that even the food they eat was holy. And what does holy mean? Initially, what holy meant is that it was set aside, set apart for a sacred purpose, right? We decide that church buildings are holy. Why are church buildings are holy? Because they are set aside for religious purposes. That's why we don't do profane things in the church. By profane, I mean things that are secular. That's why we set aside a church for a place of worship. In the meantime, it's the reason why we don't like doing sacramental things apart from a church, because it's been set apart. It's been set aside. So the same thing with the people of God early in Israel's history. The people of God were looked as seeing food they eat as holy, In fact, even today, the Jewish people today, they really take their kosher law seriously because the food was to be holy. Now think about this, that eating clean for us, in a sense, means eating holy. I think this is a good mindset as we enter into this challenge. To eat clean for us means to eat holy. Why? Because we as priests, especially brothers, are set apart. Our entire body is consecrated to God for the service of his people. So as we begin this challenge, I invite us to cleanse our lives of unclean food and drink. You heard me. Now, before the celebration of Passover, there is a custom by which an Orthodox Jewish family goes through and removes all products containing yeast from the house. They even use a feather. They go through with a candle and a feather and a spoon to sweep up all the crumbs. This is a sign of purging everything that's unclean, that's leaven, from their lives, because during the feast of the Passover, they don't eat anything that's leaven. In the same vein, I invite us to begin our own purge. Now, not in an unhealthy sense, again, not like people, we talk about binging and purging. But I invite you to take this moment, brothers, to get rid of any food and drink that might be a temptation for you. Take it to the office staff. If you're me, I drop it off in the teacher's lounge, bring it to the food pantry. And guys, don't be afraid to throw some things out. Father Ryan has a saying that I love. It says, better in the wastebasket than to my waist. Now, if you have a shared kitchen, as many of us do, I invite you to establish your own cabinet or pantry space. But also to get food out of your sweets, guys, and maybe don't even keep food in your sweets. Or the other way around. Conversely, if the large kitchen is a place of temptation for you, maybe it's good for you to keep only healthy food in your sweets. You need to think about that. If you have a housekeeper who does the shopping, gentlemen, tell them what you can't have anymore. All these foods have to go. Now, you know what the unhealthy foods are: chips, cookies, crackers, candies, sugary sodas. Many of us have other particular things we want to get rid of. For me, breads, pastas, most starches are on my list because I know I'm going to binge on those things. I don't keep any sweets in the house. I don't even keep protein bars in the house. Like if I eat a lot of protein bars, I'll buy them every day. Why? Because if I keep a bunch of them in the house, I'm gonna get hungry and I'm gonna snack on those. So I really invite you guys, out of sight, out of mind. There might be leftover beer in your fridge. Might be time to get rid of that. All sorts of things. We've had New Year's parties. We've had Christmas parties. We have all kinds of things. Now, I know that for me, there's beer in my fridge right now. That's not going to be a problem for me. I'm not going to drink it. But it might be a problem. But for me, the cookies, the pies, the crackers, the fudge, all of this is going to go. I have to get rid of all processed foods. And I'm personally going to be taking a break from strong drinks for a while as well, which we can talk about a little bit more in the challenge. It's time to start eating clean, guys. Now, beware, and people of God, this is where I want you guys to listen to this too. Guys, beware of food pushers. We're going to talk about this a little bit more. It's okay to try to decline food that people bring you. For some reason, people think that we're underfed. Guys, priests are not underfed. We're not. People of God take very good care of us. Dioceses, religious communities take care of us to make sure that we eat. And we have plenty of opportunities to eat. We get asked out to dinner all the time. So guys, it's okay just to say no. Say, I really can't do that right now. It's also okay that if you're going to a luncheon or a special event, to bring your own food. Or to plan ahead, eat healthy food beforehand, and then you can just have salad or just have soup. But whatever, the biggest thing I will say right now is literally get rid of all the garbage in the house. Get rid of all the garbage food. Literally. Get it out of the rectory. Get it out of your suite. If any of you have any tips, suggestions, or thoughts that have worked for you before in the past, please feel free to share them right now. But right now, the first thing to do as we begin this challenge, get rid of all the garbage. Get it out of your life. Let's just get rid of it, guys. It's time to eat holy, to eat clean, be fit, and pray well. God bless you all. Take care.